Do you know that the dream God gave Joseph was not the beginning of his success, but the beginning of his suffering? Before the promise was fulfilled, his life had to be broken. Before Joseph ever stood in a palace, he stood alone, rejected by the people closest to him. And the Bible shows us that God's plans often start in silence. Joseph was the son of Jacob, living with his brothers in the land of Canaan. He was young, faithful, and unaware of what his future would cost him. From the beginning, Joseph stood out among his brothers. There was something different about him, something that could not be hidden. His father, Jacob, loved Joseph deeply. That love was visible to everyone in the family. But what was meant to be love slowly became the source of division. Favor created jealousy, and jealousy turned into resentment. Genesis chapter 37 tells us that Jacob gave Joseph a special robe. This robe symbolized favor, honor, and future leadership. Joseph did not ask for the robe, but he would pay the price for wearing it. Not long after, Joseph had a dream. It was not an ordinary dream, but one filled with meaning. In the dream, Joseph saw bundles of grain standing upright. Then, the other bundles bowed before his. Later, Joseph had another dream. This time, the sun, moon, and stars bowed down to him. Joseph shared these dreams with his brothers. He did not yet understand the weight of what God had revealed. Instead of celebrating, his brothers became angry. The dreams only deepened their hatred. Genesis tells us they could no longer speak kindly to him. Silence replaced brotherhood. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers in the fields. Joseph obeyed, unaware of what awaited him. When the brothers saw Joseph coming, they recognized him from far away, and in their hearts, a decision was made. They began to plot against him. Hatred had now turned into action. Joseph arrived peacefully, expecting nothing but family. Instead, he was met with violence. They seized him and stripped him of his robe. In one moment, favor was torn away. Joseph was thrown into a pit, a deep, empty well with no water inside. The pit held only darkness, silence, and fear. Joseph cried out, but his brothers ignored his voice. To his brothers, Joseph was disposable, but to God, he was still chosen. Instead of killing him, they sold him to passing merchants like property. Joseph was taken to Egypt as a slave, far from his father and home. From favored son to forgotten servant, his life changed completely. Yet Scripture tells us God was still with Joseph, even in chains. Many would have given up here, but Joseph endured. God was shaping Joseph's character in silence, preparing him for what was ahead. The pit was not punishment, it was preparation. Joseph's story reminds us delay does not mean denial. Pain does not cancel purpose. It often reveals it. The dream had not failed. It was simply waiting. God was still writing the story one chapter at a time. The same God who watched over Joseph is still working today. Even when we cannot see it, God is at work. If you are waiting, remember this: your pit is not your prison. It may be the place where God is preparing you, just as He prepared Joseph. God finishes what He starts and never forgets His promises. Not then, not now. If this story spoke to you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more Bible stories shared with depth and meaning, and share it with someone who needs encouragement today.